Hilarious. Welcome to our sound healing and meditation lounge right in the middle of the eclipse portal. The energy is high, and what's being highlighted in this week leading into the Pisces lunar eclipse. So we've had the sun. So what's shadowing the sun? So anything that's been hidden in the shadows within us has been highlighted. Yes, yes, yep. You're not alone. Yeah, everybody's had that. There'll be parts of themselves that are hidden that they're going, okay, it's time for that to move. And it's really, I'm feeling a real, what do you say? Trying to look for the word. I guess the importance would be the word. The importance of really um, making sure you are really sweeping out those corners, of the back cupboard, for want of a better word, um, and allowing yourself the process and knowing that when frustration comes through with that process and you think that you're going backwards, or you think you're not learning anything, or you think like, what am I doing? Why do I feel like I'm in limbo a little bit? It's because there's a lot of changes happening on a soul level, so many changes happening behind the scenes, so many changes happening within us that it's just taking a little bit of time for the body to catch up, and also for what's happening in that physical to catch up. So we've had this big forward movement, but at the same time, with that forward movement and those ideas, you've probably noticed you've had a lot more creative ideas or thinking about things that you're wanting to move ahead with. So there's all of that coming in, but we're not quite there yet. So there's this place where we are here now, which is a really beautiful place of presence. It's a place to just really drop into that, the depth of the heart, and allow yourself to enjoy life and enjoy the process. Not always easy when we're facing those parts of ourselves, but if we're facing those parts of ourselves in the process, we're nearly at the end. So that kind of excites me. That gives me a lot of promise and a lot of hope, knowing that what's been presented in life now is actually we're just closing the doors. It's really quite amazing if you can be really present with the characters in your life that are showing you different old aspects of yourself. How interesting, we're all talking about high school. Yeah, I connected with a lot of people. I went to high school in Bunbury. Boring. I did go to the nice one on the hill overlooking the ocean. So obviously I used to wag a lot. But anyway, those nice sunny days. Um, but it's like anybody that, or any dynamic that used to be a part of your life, you may be presented with for you to view that dynamic and look at what part of you has actually resolved, even what part of you is resolved. If there's any little tiny triggers, you can kind of check yourself in that, with any tiny little triggers, and just be in the embodiment of yourself, of who you are. So if there were patterns in your personality growing up that were related to childhood that are playing out into your relationships now, in your workplace, or still with family, or um, in your friendships, it's a real time to look at all of that and go, oh, I'm going to just make a different choice. I'm going to make a different choice. The choice might be not to interact in that way. The choice might be to stand up and say something, whereas normally you wouldn't. So we're going to be doing the opposite of what we did in the pattern. And that's the practice with the choices. So maybe an old part of the personality would withdraw when there was a particular dynamic. So now the choice is, okay, I know I'm not feeling comfortable, but instead of withdrawing, I'm actually going to come out. I'm actually going to be brave and have the courage to really follow my heart, to be in my heart, and actually to celebrate the embodiment of my heart, rather than allow that part of my heart to shrink because of an old pattern that's still connected to an old identity that I used to be in the past. So we're getting a lot of practice around that in our everyday interactions. And, you know, if it's not in those everyday interactions outside of you, it's on those everyday interactions that you're having actually with yourself in regard to your own lifestyle. So we're getting this opportunity now to be a little bit more committed in our choices of what we're wanting for ourselves and how we're wanting to move forward in the future. And it's in a different way. And it doesn't mean to say that you're changing your identity at all. It's not about creating or having a new identity. It's actually just the evolution of that identity, of that personality, you know, the evolution of that. So you're not stuck in the wounded child or the wounded teenager, you know, the wounded young adult. You're now, you know, evolving those patterns and letting them free. And this is the way I see it. It's like, imagine you've got all these ropes, and the ropes represent your different patterns that are connected to, they're your patterns, they're your thought patterns, but they're connected to different people in your life. And there might be a pattern that's connected to the person at the shop down the street. It might be a pattern that you're playing, or with an elderly person that is not directly involved in your life, but you are a certain way with that, you know, a certain dynamic with that. And it's like looking at all of those ropes that you've got in your hand that's connected to those people's, all those places as well, because we have those places that we have connected through our memory, and going, okay, well, do I still want this rope anymore? Do I still want to keep that dynamic in my life anymore? And you might want to. And if that's the case, can you let go of the attachment to the outcome of that relationship and just allow yourself to have an unconditional relating through the heart with that process? So if you look at those people closest to you in your life, is there a rope that you're holding, that you're ready to lay down, or ready to actually put more life or light into that, to change the way, without the attachment to the person? So there's more freedom there, isn't there? And looking at what comes up with you with the dynamic. I think I wrote about it in one of my posts. I'm trying to think of an example. You know, I'm doing a course at the moment with the City of Mandurah, a marketing course, and great bunch of people. And normally, because I've struggled to explain, my work to people in everyday life. And I just realized that was a pattern of where I was withdrawing and not allowing myself to be who I am in the room. Because when I love life, I'm, a happy person. So I am that in the class. It's really been embraced. They're like, wow, thank God you're in the class. It'd be really boring if it wasn't. So I'm like, oh wow, that's really great. It's nice to be welcomed. Do you know what I mean? And not it's like not be put down for that, not be put down for being happy or sharing or, you know, I walked into the class, and I hugged the two people that were sitting there that I knew to say hello. And the teacher, for want of a better word, the lecturer is there, and he's like, oh, you just come into the room and you just hug these people. It's like, where's mine? I thought, well, be careful what you ask for. So I ran around there. But I guess that's and I apologized afterwards because I said, oh, look, I hope it wasn't, and he said, no, we're welcoming that. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's, it brings that light. So I'm sharing that story with you because is there a part of you that's a part of your personality that that you hide in different dynamics because of past conditioning, because of how you were received in the past? Are you still laughing, Warren? I just seen that. You are too, Maria. I can see. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm laughing with you. So having a think about, is there a part of who you really are in your workplace, or around a certain group that actually stops being yourself because you just change the way you are in that dynamic? And can you still play the role that you're in and be totally yourself? And it's coming to a deeper, I guess, acceptance in that realization that there's actually nothing wrong with you. There's nothing for you to fix or change. There's no way that you have to change yourself to be anything other than who you are. And I feel like that's what's been the invitation of this time that we're living in. And, with the work that, we've all been doing is, and that's the part of us that's popping over into that new earth reality, living your higher self, living your soul, living the sacredness of who you are. Any questions?
I think I've been experiencing that. I've never had this much patience in my life. I don't know whether that's turning 60, but with students that I would have got frustrated with because they're not getting it now, I've just got patience like unbelievable. I can't even believe it myself.
So great to hear. Thanks for that share. Because you've got more patience with yourself now.
I guess it must be.
Yeah.
And I'm much more unconditional about everything.
So, which leads me to, you're accepting. So you're accepting the reality of whatever is, and you're holding yourself in that. So nothing's really moving you outside of your center. You're interacting with life from your center rather than separating yourself from your center. That's really cool.
Yeah, even annoying co-workers, it's the same. Yeah. People that would have bugged me before, now it's just unconditional acceptance.
Yeah, yeah. And do you find you have a little bit more compassion for them?
Yeah, the judgment's gone, and now
Yeah.
that's who they are.
Yeah.
And they all have a role to play,
They do.
even though the old me would have judged that. Now I just accept it. It
Yeah.
makes life a lot easier.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Love it. So I want to show it just before we thank you for the share. It's really good to hear. Very good confirmation of the work that you've been doing too, that inner work, that the embodiment of that, really good demonstration of that. I'm shuffling the cards. I'm going to choose an archangel card for our group tonight before we go into meditation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to share or ask?
I'll share something that I've noticed lately, similar to you, Heather, going to your class. I started going to these dinners on a Wednesday night, which is like a social club. So they try and get 3 men, 3 women, and you don't know where you're going or who you're going to be with.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is exciting. I mean, a couple of them, I just go every week now. I'm like up to my 12th dinner.
Wow.
Fantastic. But I've noticed some, like lately when I'm driving home, I'm going, oh my God, was that really me? Or was that, it's just, I feel like I'm like a totally different person because no one knows me. And then I'm like funnier and like, because I've been to so many dinners, they're saying things like, well, you know what to do and how do we do this? And you're in charge. And I just come home feeling so good.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, just from strangers.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're being yourself as well.
Yes, well, yes. But when I was like a couple of months ago, I was thinking, was that really me? Or was I putting that on? Or is that really me? So I had to like really think, no, I think that is me without any constraints or worrying about upsetting anyone or this friend won't like that or, that sort of, and no one's sitting there talking about I've got a sore stomach and a sore leg and a sore back. And it's just really interesting chit chat. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, what a fun group.
Yeah.
All these great things happen in the city.
Yes.
Nothing like that really happens in Mandurah.
I think they do them in Fremantle. It's a bit closer.
Yeah. I'm not really into the night drive.
No.
Late. I've got to be really into it too. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Guess what the card is for the group? Oh. Spread your wings. Amazing. So, which is what we've all been speaking about. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. That's exciting, isn't it? And I really feel that. I feel the energy around this. It's like I feel like everything is supporting us astrologically, moving into our new, whatever that is for us. And we don't even need to know how it's going to look. We just need to follow those hunches and those nudges of action, in setting our foundation. Lovely. Couldn't be a more perfect card, really, for our group, could there? Spread your wings. I love that. She's going to stay out. So that's Archangel Ariel, having lots of fun. Can you tell? So let's get comfy. Hopefully I haven't excited you all too much. So I'd like to do a meditation with this. I'm going to do a meditation with looking at if there are any just hidden ropes that we're letting go of and moving forward, or not moving forward, it's just being able to have the path cleared. So I think that's what we're going to do tonight. Would you all like that? Miranda just went for a bit of a walk in the bush. That's how it looks. So I'll just go for a little bit of a wander into the bush and come back.
That's what it did look funny, didn't it?
It did. It's like, oh, there she goes. She's going to go for a bush walk.
Find a stick.
Pardon?
Find a stick.
Find a stick. Yes, a talking stick. Yep. All right. So let's do a test. And by the way, welcome to like the official Heart Sanctuary membership. And thank you for being members of part of this group. And I'm so grateful to you all and for this new beginning as well. And I'm going to have a separate space, a separate classroom for you all. So you'll see that. I've got meetings starting at the very beginning of tomorrow, but tomorrow afternoon I'll be setting up another little classroom for you, so you can go in there and have a look at, I'm sharing this with you now just in case you're in the zone and you want to just stay in the zone at the end of the meditation. So that'll all be there for you. And I'm going to be sharing more posts, and please feel free to comment of any sort of teachings you're wanting as well. You know, if there's things that, you know, little questions, you know, we can talk about that in the group. And with this particular membership, there's a break next week. So I've got fortnightly. For me to do weekly with my other commitments and other courses coming out, it was just, I just couldn't physically do that. So what I will do is I'll be mindful of what's coming up, because next week I'm going to be posting more things to support you in the group and still uploading other meditations and talks that have been done in the past. So you'll have your own with all the new things coming in, and you'll also have other new things that will be coming up in that classroom and that lounge. And any feedback, you know, if there's any feedback about, you know, the classroom and the way it's working for you or anything, just let me know. You know, if you've got any issues with the tech or anything like that, just let me know. And if it's easy for you to use, that would be, yeah. I chose this platform because it was easy. And yeah, so hopefully you're finding that user experience well, but if you're not, let me know. Great, let's go for it.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So do we not have meditation next week? Is that?
No.
Oh, okay.
We
must
have,
have when
yeah.
you talk about that.
Yes, yeah, it was in that email that I sent. And yes, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but because I was looking at this as an ongoing thing, I couldn't do every week without having a break or a holiday or, you know, other classes. So I will have other classes that'll be on, but I'll still be supporting you. So it just won't be live. So we will have 2 lives a month. And if you miss the live will be in the VIP section only. So it's not going up into the other one. So it'll be that VIP section only. And I may do some other things that'll go just into the VIP section. But it's just the live, the commitment of every week. It's not sustainable for me personally to do live every week of the year. Yeah, so, and because we had the flexibility, the way I was working before, you know, that I could say, oh, sorry, you know, but this platform is just a little bit different. So, yeah, so hopefully that is okay. You had a question, Leith? I saw your little pointer go up. Oh, you're frozen. Yeah, we can't hear.
Via school calendar, or do we access?
Maybe put
next fortnight.
Oh, I'm still going to be.
It's coming up saying, do we go via school or via Zoom?
Everything's going to be in school, but I'm going to be putting a link that's only available, a Zoom link that only will be available to you. So I can put in your membership who has links, who has access to those links and who doesn't. So the link will be in there. I've put the next one on the calendar. The link will be in there. If you'd like me to send you reminders, I can send you email reminders. But it's my, I'll be putting more, everything I'm looking at putting into that sanctuary for support and doing some lives and just, a few different things. But I needed to look at, balance in doing all of that, what I could commit to. With with the other programs.
Tonight I accessed via an email that you
sent yes, you did.
In the
yes.
Zoom link. But next fortnight we go into the calendar in school.
Yes, I'm hoping. Yes, I'm hoping that's going. Yes, so it's my first time. I did. Yes, I did try that. I did notice the other link, but I will work that out by next week. I did notice I could put a Zoom link in, but this week when I did that, it wasn't letting me send it to you via email. So I ended up doing it the old-fashioned way, through the other email. Either way, you will be emailed your link. So if the link is on, I can send you a reminder, but the link will be on that, in that calendar. But I'll send you an email about that when I've worked it out. How's that? Either way, we're going to be working with the Zoom link because the Zoom link has better sound quality for the sound healing. Beautiful. Well, thank you all so much. Hi, Christy, just in time. Welcome.
Thank you.
Just in time. We're just going into meditation now. Yes, our card is spread your wings. Yeah. Closing your eyes, popping your headphones on. We're doing a sound check. Oh, not good. Oh. Thanks. Thank you. All right, so let's actually start tonight. If you are sitting down, I'd like you to be really present with your feet tonight. So the way your feet are actually on the floor, are they flat on the floor? And if they're not flat on the floor, are you feeling you may actually have them cross-legged, or you may be laying down. But if you're sitting up, your pelvis is slightly tilted forward, like under. So you're going to tilt the pelvis slightly under. Your two legs are slightly just hip width apart. And as you tuck the pelvis slightly under, you'll notice that the vertebrae will begin to sit exactly one on top of the other, like your spine will naturally align. And just be present with the way your feet are sitting on the floor. So can you feel like the heels or the toes, like each toe, the heel of your feet, the pads of your feet, and if you have an arch, there's a little bit of a gap there. Starting to settle in the body, feeling the alignment of the body, and feeling the alignment actually of the spine, the skeletal system. You can really feel and notice the strength in the skeletal system, the straightness of the spine, where the shoulders actually sit on the spine, and allowing the shoulders to drop slightly. If there is any tension in the shoulders, and you may even like to have your hands down by your side and just like shake it out, just moving the shoulders, shaking the shoulders, pulling the shoulders back and forward, really loosening up all around the heart area. Loosening up around the shoulder area. And be quite present actually with the body and the way it's sitting, the way its alignment sitting. And if you need to adjust that alignment in the body, just making those adjustments to feel a strength in your alignment, strength in the physical body. And bringing your attention now to your breath. And actually the gentleness of the breath. So being focused on the gentleness of the breath. The invitation of that breath to meet the body, to vitalize the body, to strengthen the body. And to nourish the body. Allow the nourishment of that beautiful gentle breath to come down to the belly. Fully expanding the belly with the gentle breath. And inviting that gentle breath just to slow down. Let's just take a step back within ourselves. notice that there's a sinking into the body with the slow, gentle breath meeting the belly. You may even feel like a heaviness, like a coming into the body, a real sinking into the relaxation, allowing that gentle breath to bring lightness and surrender into the body. Notice that your belly's becoming a little bit more relaxed. It's a little bit more open. It's a little bit more full. Noticing the exhalation of the breath, elongating, just becoming a little longer than the inhalation. So when you gently release the breath, when it comes to the end of the breath, just releasing just a touch more. There's nowhere to go, but nothing to do, but just sink a little deeper into the body, into relaxation, into the sacred self. Letting go of the thoughts and allowing the softness of the gentle breath just to caress the inside of the body. To heal any parts of the inside of the body that's been holding any stress. And I want you to just scan in your mind's eye, inside of the body, if there are any cords or attachments, just blocking the fullness of the breath. We're just going to notice. We don't need to know what they are. We're scanning inside of the belly. Any relationship cords. And we can just allow them to be released. Opening the invitation for unconditionally loving relationships. Letting go of any attachment to outcome in any of your relationships. Allowing those cords just to be released. As you release those cords, those ropes, just kind of feel the hole or the gap with this beautiful white light. Just repairing the energy body with the light so we're not leaking our energy through any attachment or cord. A sense of wholeness, completeness within ourselves. expanding the gentle breath. Feeling the space. The space that freedom brings. Allowing yourself to expand into that space. To fill that space with you, with your sacred self. Living every day in your human experience, in lightness and in joy and in great love. Breathing in a little bit deeper. Feeling that beautiful joy washing over your face, illuminating your mind. Shining in your heart. That beautiful sun. And just spending a moment now giving thanks for whatever it is you're grateful for today. And we're going to share that beautiful love and gratitude with our beautiful earth. To the oceans, the rivers, the seas, the trees, the mountains, the birds, the bees, all the living animals and mammals and insects and reptiles and mosses and ferns, all our plant life. To our rich soil, our volcanic life, to all our beautiful minerals that sustain us here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And to all those beings that are assisting in the plan of love and light working out, we thank you. To our souls, our higher souls, we thank you. And to the Creator and creation within, we thank you. Thank you for the blessings we receive in each moment of our days. Thank you for your love and assisting us each day to remember who we are. Thank you. And so it is. Amen.